when I did look down, on my left side, like I said, the axle's on the ground, but right up against the left side of my body, there's maybe, and I'm not exaggerating, there's about an inch between the bottom of the axle and the cement. That's the thickness of my body with the creeper. The plastic hollow creeper collapsed to nothing. I was literally just a little bit thinner than my spine in the middle of my body. I don't have a belly button anymore, but where I used to have my belly button to my back is my L4, L5 vertebrae. And those, according to radiology reports, L4 and L5 were spider cracked, D-shaped. It chafed my spinal cord just a little bit. So the truck is on me. It's got me pinched down right there on my Snap-on creeper. If I would have taken the time to get my creeper, right there's a steel cross member. And the thickness of the framework, the steel framework of my creeper was the thickness of the space between the bottom axle of cement. So there would have been no space for me if I would have been on my creeper, and it would have sheared me into two pieces. Instead of crushing me down to 1 inch and 2 inches, it would have just sheared me. So getting on that plastic piece of junk, which I never would have normally, that was a God thing. That was a difference between me being cut in half versus just crushed down. So that I can't even tell you how bad the pain was. It was absolutely off the charts, horrendous pain. And so the jack slipped out before he could shut the engine off. He got down, the engine's still running, and he just froze. And I'm looking at him and I kept saying, please, Leonard, please. Finally, he shook out of it. He shut off the truck, he called 911, whatever, but it's in the middle of nowhere. He knew it's going to take quite a while for these guys to show up. So he went and got the jack, and he's trying to figure out how he could get this truck off of me, right? He couldn't put the jack back underneath the axle because the axle's on the cement. So I'm watching him. He's right here next to me, and he's trying to figure out what he can do. Well, because the axle's on the ground, he couldn't put the jack underneath that anymore, but the axle's connected to that big leaf spring. So he put the jack underneath the leaf spring. But the problem is the leaf spring is shaped like an arch, so it's on a curve. So I'm looking on my left, he slides the jack underneath the front part of the arch of that leaf spring. And I said to him, don't do it. Not there. Don't jack it up there. It's just going to slip because it's on an angle, not flat, And I'm saying, don't do it. And he's telling me, I don't have any other place.